We good? All right. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Straight No Chaser. I am your host, Dr. Cam Beats.
Okay.
Yes, your host. I am not producing. I got me a producer. I ain't never had a producer before. It's the first time in my life. I'm always producing. I'm used behind the board, pushing buttons and stuff. But now I'm the one with the microphone, and I'm here. I love producing, don't get me wrong, but because that's home for me, behind the scenes. I don't usually get in front of the camera, but I want to know what it's going to be like on this thing because I had some shit to say. So we here, and first things first. Wait, let me share the live real quick before we get going. Look at my skin all moisturized and shit. All right. Hold on a second. I know some people said they want to get in, so I want to make sure. I didn't know if I was going to go live or not, so we are going live. I was going to record it, but we are live. If you're on Cam Beats page, I am sharing it now. There we go. All right. We back. So first thing first, I want to give a shout out to Tay. She's my producer. Thank you here at Midwest.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Midwest Productions. I'm usually producing on the other end, on that end, and helping her out. But we were talking, and based off of my conversation, she was like, "You need to just get up on here and talk." So I was like, "All right." But I want to congratulate her because she hosted Footy Fest this past week.
Thank you.
And for everything I heard it was incredible.
Thank you.
I wasn't there.
Incredible.
And before y'all start talking shit, I wasn't there because I am kind of antisocial, a little bit.
You can get you a little chair and sit down somewhere.
I know, but I'm trying to get my life together. Since April, I've been trying to lose weight. Your boy done lost like 16 pounds since April.
Congratulations.
So
I will press a button, but I don't want to mess nothing up.
Trying to get svelte. Trying to get svelte a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that weekend would have put me behind a lot of months of hard work. So I want to congratulate you again.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let me address something real quick. I had a lot of people when we posted that advertisement about the pod coming. Yeah. They were questioning why I'm doing a podcast, like why I'm doing it. And
why?
Yeah, like I needed somebody permission to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. But I've shown up for a lot of people in the past, and I've helped build other people's ideas. I've produced their projects, some for money, some without, a lot without. Mm-hmm. So yeah, why not? I get a chance to do myself and do something for me. So this is opportunity. Yeah. So I'm not abandoning nobody. I just wanted to make sure I had a little room for myself to make sure I had something to say. So welcome to Straight No Chaser. Like I said, I'm Dr. Cam Beats, not like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
She had her outfit on.
She had her outfit on
today.
I don't know. Are you familiar with Dr. Cheyenne?
Very familiar. The Honorable Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Right.
What college she went to?
Yeah. She's got plenty plaques behind her. I'm not gonna shit on her parade because she may be a doctor. And I saw that she came out putting on her robe and her tam and her hood and stuff. And it was like the whole Netflix documentary thing. And anybody can get a tam. Like I literally graduated so I can get my tam. I wanted to wear that hat.
Yeah.
And I wanted to wear everything, but you can order that online and put that on. She's going on like podcasts, explaining herself, wearing the tam. The trophy is the dissertation. Where's the dissertation, nigga? like, where is it? That's the trophy. That's all that, and she will not produce that for whatever reason. Mine is in the process of being published. So you best believe I'm gonna be walking around with that mug
every day.
150 pages of shit I wrote. Like that is a lot. It's a lot of work. So I hope that she is being honest in her promoting of her doctorate. So, but I say that because in this platform, I'm going to be talking a lot of stuff. I'm going to be talking a lot of things, but I'm talking about it from the lens of leadership. My doctorate is in organizational leadership, and I look at it from that lens. I'm not looking at it from a politician. I'm not a politician, but I do look at things from a leadership perspective, which above everything in politics, it's leadership and what do you call it? Mobilizing people, getting people together and getting people to follow, which is why, regardless of his affiliation, regardless of his platform, regardless of his political party, Barack Obama just displays all the characteristics of a dynamic leader, like in every aspect of being charismatic, being intelligent, being for the people, being considerate, articulate, explaining his thought process, taking accountability, you know, being a father. I mean, beyond just being a Black man, just being an outstanding human being is what I see him as. So I want to make sure that we kind of touch upon a lot of the topics from that lens. So we're going to disagree. We might disagree today. I'm going to introduce or have my guest introduce himself in a second, but we're going to talk politics. We're in Milwaukee, so we're going to talk Milwaukee. You could talk education, hip hop, of course, because I love that shit. I might touch upon relationships, but you know, there's so many different podcasts out there about relationships. It's ridiculous. Fatherhood, whatever lands in my mind, I'm going to talk about. So, but I've been quiet for a long time, and I didn't have a lot of opinions, but you know, tonight's going to be different. Like I said, I'm a PhD in organizational leadership, so I'm going to look for that perspective first because that land pretty much controls everything around us. This podcast isn't about telling you who to vote for. It's about telling you how I'm thinking, and hopefully we can have conversations about that. So with all that said, can my guest introduce himself, please?
I'd be happy to. Okay, so my name is DeMonte Williams. I'm born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've literally been living in Arizona for the past 7 years. So now I got business started here. So I'm going to be bi-coastal back and forth. Mm-hmm. So it was just a pleasure for me to be able to come on this podcast and just show some love and support and have a good conversation.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you coming on. You probably don't have no idea what we're going to talk about, but we're just going to go down the line and kind of just, I'm going to toss stuff out in the air. I'm going to say my soliloquies, and Tay's going to jump in and say what she's got to say. But for the most part, the race that's dominating Wisconsin right now is completely bananas. And that's my organizational leadership lens talking about how things look. It's nuts. So I don't know. Are you familiar with the candidates who are running?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm very familiar with the candidates. I follow Wisconsin politics heavy because they play into what I do.
Gotcha. So we have Congressman Tom Tiffany, who is the Republican candidate, who actually only has one opponent, Andy Mansky, I believe his name is, but he's holding it down on the Republican side with 40% of their support as far as the nominee. But then you got the Democrats, who has a clusterfuck of motherfuckers.
Call it a clusterfuck.
A clusterfuck of motherfuckers,
right?
clamoring for this position, which kind of it's good because obviously, you know, anybody can run, but it shows a little disorganization in that platform as far as the Democratic Party. You've got Francesca Hong, Mandela Barnes. Once upon a time, we had Sarah Rodriguez. Once upon a time, we had David Crawley. And then David Crawley said, "I'm back, niggas." Joelle Brennan, Missy Hughes, Kelda Royce, Brett Hosley, and Zachary Roper, who happens to be a Carthage College student. and he's got 0% of the support of the state. So Zachary, you might need to just on by
Fall back.
just fall back. It's over, son.
What was the name before that?
Brett Halsey. He's a former state rep. Brett Halsey.
Where is he?
And he's from Madison.
Where's he landing right now?
0.
Yeah, I'm like we actually interviewed the ones that were up top. I don't remember those.
Yeah. Well, maybe if they came on here and got interviewed, they would have more than a 0%.
Probably a little too far.
Yeah. Hey, the platform here actually was making some noise. You had a lot of people come through. And shout out to
We'll bring them back actually.
Oh yeah.
We'll reach out and bring those people back.
Right. Shout out to Dorian and his political platform and whatnot. He actually he was always asking me to be on his show, and I said, nah. And all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I got some shit to say. So that's why we're here. But as far as the candidates, I'm not a Tom Tiffany supporter. So I'm just say that.
That's the one that said Hitler did some great things, right?
Tom Tiffany?
Yeah, he was on a podcast. Older white man, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was on a podcast. He said Hitler had done some great things in the past. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is he the one that's backed by Trump?
Yes.
I'm sure.
Okay, he's the one with the
Yeah,
Trump.
he wants to abolish Juneteenth. He said, yeah, Juneteenth.
Yeah, so he said he definitely said that.
Yeah. So yeah, Tom Tiffany, you're a racist. So I'm done with you. Sarah Rodriguez, who is the current lieutenant governor.
Mm-hmm. We interviewed her as well. Unfortunately,
and she actually had a really good interview, and a lot of the black vote in Milwaukee is backing her. But
let me clear this up too. Her husband is Mexican because people are under the impression that she's Mexican. Her husband is Mexican. She's a white lady.
Oh, she's cosplaying as a Mexican.
Yeah, but her husband is Mexican.
No, I'm not. I'm just joking. But she had a lot of the sentiment of black community, and I think because it's safe, because she's the lieutenant governor.
Yeah. She actually does a lot with small businesses as well.
Did she? All right. But she withdrew recently. If you're not familiar, there's a point in the election process where you have to submit your budget, and I think the head off at the pass, they found some discrepancies, and she came out, and the finance problems were very, very loud, and she was like, I'm out. Peace. Quick in a bitch too. It was like it kind of ruffled some things.
I think it was the way she had done it. And that turned into noise. I think she was gonna try to skate by, but her assistant was here too. She blamed it on her assistant.
Oh,
she was here as well.
Wow.
So we met her. And then I think it was the timeline. So before David Crowley had jumped out, she knew what had happened, and she watched him praise her, and she knew that she had done something wrong. So
he endorsed her, right?
He did, and she had known that she had done something wrong.
Because he endorsed her like 3 days after that.
So there was Jessica McBride that exposed that. She's a journalist.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was the way that it had been done. So I think she fell back because of that only.
So the
lack of transparency.
The finance issues were significant enough for her to drop out.
It was some money missing, right?
She said she had more than what she did.
Yeah, she's reporting more. And actually all the Democratic candidates are woefully behind as far as finances goes, because the Republican candidate, I think, has raised like $4 million or some stuff. And I think the next one up is 800,000. I think Mandela got like 800,000.
That's it.
He would not come here. He would not. We invited him several times.
Mandela, I've been big upping you, saying that he shows up. He shows up to Sherman Phoenix every time I see him. I think he recognizes me because I see him everywhere.
Well, maybe he could come because of you.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. If you see this Mandela, come on through.
I'll reach out.
Yeah, but I see him on the street. I saw him at yoga down at Juneteenth, he was stretching. Not yoga. They were stretching to get ready for the run. Every time he turns to go, he looks like he's just by himself. He just walking through. What's up? We catch eye contact. He's like, it's the black man. The black man. Hey, and you know what? If you ever see a black man, he don't do that. Don't trust that.
Straight up.
If you don't give me the nod, I remember I was in Oconomowoc and I was at Quick Trip and I was getting some coffee and the black dude came in. And I was like, ooh, the black man. This nigga did not look at me. I was like, ooh, don't trust it.
Because you caught him where you weren't supposed to see him at. He thought he was low.
Oh, but you know what? So he was on some shade. Hey, regardless, Hey, regardless,
Cardi was low.
show me we here together, and he showed me. Well, actually, I'd rather him show me that we not. So the fact that he did that, if something went down, don't trust him.
Okay, because in Arizona, when I see black people, we'd be happy to see them, but here we don't be wanting to run into each other. So it'd be like, oh, you found my spot.
Yeah, you know what? I walk every morning, and when I come across black people, it's like we trying to get healthy look. Like, yeah, what's up? You know,
Oh, we do that on the bike trail.
it's allegiance. It's right. It's like a fraternity or something like that. What's up? We trying to do this? Yeah. So but I forgot where I was going with that. We're talking about his money. 800. He only raised like $840,000. David Crowley had dropped out, which I'm not quite sure why he dropped out. I think he saw that his projections weren't good and dropped out. But then Rodriguez dropped out. And Evers, I'm making this narrative up. I think they was like, come back, nigga.
We gonna get there because I got an opinion on that one, but come on.
All right. I feel like they was like, come on, we need you kind of thing. So David Crowley jumps back in after getting out, and he endorsed Rodriguez, which is crazy. I think I understand why it happened, but as a voter, it don't leave a good taste in my mouth that, are you unsure? Like from the leadership lens, if the leader says I'm out, and I'm saying, wait, I'm just playing, I'm coming back in. Like, you walking.
I think the people called for him to come back though.
Yeah.
The people called.
But as a leader, when you make a decision, you gotta stand on the decision. Maybe you come back and say, I was gonna stand on this decision, but the hoes called me back. All my hoes called me back.
No, I actually personally like the way it felt.
Okay.
Because I think that it showed us uniting together as well.
Mm-hmm.
They got more people back to him. I feel like they were more confident. I get you, like, hey, why are we doing that?
Mm-hmm.
But she was also lieutenant governor.
But I'm like,
so I can understand the order of things. I can understand that.
I just say 2 bad decisions back to back. Like, one, you drop out of a race. Then you endorse a candidate that you really ain't know their background and what's going on. So now you look crazy because you endorse this candidate. Then you jump back in the race. So now you like, where are we at with that? And those are indecisive traits as a leader.
I agree with that. And I have a theory behind that goes back to 2016. I'm going to tie this all back together somehow.
I mean, there's a natural order of things, though.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Y'all don't believe that?
There absolutely is.
That's why Evers backed him, because the natural order is, hey, black people can't say too much without a strong white person behind them.
Yeah, but if I'm Mandela, I'm like, nigga, I was your lieutenant governor. Like, what the hell going on? Like, why you endorsing Crowley? Like, for real?
I was your lieutenant governor, so I saw what you did. So why am I going to endorse you?
First of all, I would like to say I love Hong. Thank you.
I haven't gotten her yet, but yes.
Yes. So let's start there. No, that's fine.
Well,
but no, I like her a lot, but she's more relatable to everyday.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because even going back to Mandela, Crowley, and Rodriguez, and Evers, throw him on. They all represent the Democratic Party that we all love. If you were a Democrat, like you are about progression, you're about being liberal and helping people out, being social services and whatnot, being strong. But times have changed a little bit, and we have a very radical person in line. So to come in with this modest, like, we're gonna just pull ourselves up by the bootstrap kind of approach.
Yeah,
you got to come as radical as they do on the other end to actually make some change.
Yeah, that what's his name? The one in New York, the mayor,
Mamdani.
Yeah, Mamdani.
Man.
So the way he operates, Han gives me that she would operate in the same manner. Absolutely. And that's what I can appreciate, because he's very effective. He's done a lot in a short amount of time. Just the way he implements his execution is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Crowley this time around, I hope that he does more natural.
People get
he's scripted. He got so scripted. When I initially met him, when I heard him speak, he was more, hey, I get it, y'all. You know, and then he turned, and next time I heard him speak, he was sounding like Cavalier.
I think people are afraid to Mamdani. I'm gonna call it. That's a verb now. They scared to Mamdani because she came out and people were like, "Yeah, he talks a good game. We'll see." Nigga stepped in the door and waved the 4-4. Like, for real. Like, all right, I said we were gonna do this. Check me out.
And this how we gonna do it.
Right. This is what we gonna do. This is how we gonna do it. And then he came back and said, "This is what I did." Mm-hmm. That's crazy. And within the first year, like the first 6 months, bam. For real.
I can see me in him.
Right. Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done.
Which is why I'm here. So all the other people that was in there, they just sound like the same old to me. They just same old,
From the start though, Mandela jumping in when he knew Quali was in, I thought that was bullshit. Like that wasn't cool. He should have just backed him.
And I'm not anti-Mandela at all. I'm not. I actually am pro-Mandela because I was behind him for a Senate race, and I was backing him and supporting him and actually arguing on his behalf when people said he wasn't he wasn't in the hood. I'm like, well.
So have you seen him in the hood now? Because I see him doing a lot of.
I've seen him at various events, just sporadically, like in the city.
What type?
They're usually social events.
What type?
Fraternity events. Community events.
What community?
It's a Black community.
Which one?
What do you mean? Which one?
Which one? I've watched him. I followed. I just want to know which one.
Well, it's basically, I guess, the middle class Black.
Who's hurting most?
Touche, nigga.
Okay.
All right. He's out there, but he's not out there.
He's over there, but not out there.
All right, that's fair. It's
like, okay, I'm with some Black people.
I need to hear more from him too, because he made a couple posts like, I'm going to legalize marijuana.
I saw
that was to appease.
That was so panderish.
Yes.
So panderish. Then I saw one recently. He made a list of things he was going to actually do.
But think about this too. You're talking about if you were with the others, right? The other Black people, you will understand we don't even need to be talking about marijuana. The things that are going on this
right.
side. You don't even be talking about legalizing any marijuana. You don't need to have any drugs on the street, right?
No, right. Not right now.
Not right now.
That's and who is that going to appease?
But when you look at what the other states have done with legalized marijuana, maybe we can get some good streets around here. Maybe the taxation on that legalized marijuana could get me to be able to ride down the street without having to get a wheel alignment.
Well, I think that's gonna have to. That means that someone's gonna truly have to be over the budget for real.
Yeah, I mean,
ain't Crawley the county executive? So ain't that what he do? Budget?
I mean, I'm not sure how deep into that. I mean.
I think the city streets would be the mayor.
Yeah, Cavalier. I think he handles that.
The problems with, for example, the transit system is Crowley, which I didn't know all my life. I've been paying fucking bus fare. Like I've been paying bus fare all my. I didn't know there was an option. Yeah, you can just walk on the bus and be like, "Hey, I ain't paying," and they didn't.
See, my daddy drove the city bus and got stabbed when he tried to stop somebody from age of 12. My daddy drove the city bus for 30-some years and got stabbed.
Yeah, they said it's dangerous.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, I used to get on the bus and we used to fold our transfers so it lasts longer, right? So it wouldn't expire. We didn't have to do that.
You ever hand it out the window so your guy can get on the
bus? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And or just hold the back door open for the people to slide in the back. Did all that. Now I'm gonna actually you actually kind of breached into that topic as far as Francesca Hong, who she captured my attention in my neighborhood. I stay in the River West. When I start seeing Hong signs on the lawn, I'm like, there's absolutely no way a person named Hong is going to actually make any movement in Wisconsin. I was just thinking that because I'm thinking that's like some stereotypical Black name being out there, on a sign like, yeah, you climbing an uphill battle, but I'll listen to you kind of thing. Yeah. But she's got my attention. I'm fully intrigued, and when you had her on the show, she further intrigued me. She further got my attention because I don't automatically agree, just like I didn't agree with Obama right away. I'm like, let me see what he's talking about. But the way she moves, the way she talks, she's the common man's person. She works a blue collar job. I think, and you knew that she was going to be a threat because they started throwing like dirt at her, saying that she had not some tax problems, that she owed a credit card.
Yeah, it was like 30,000 during the pandemic at that.
Right, but I'm like,
she was like, I could have did a PPP loan.
I owe creditors too.
Yeah,
it happens.
Another relatable topic, right?
Absolutely relatable. And it's funny, their smear campaign is everything that she's doing.
Yeah,
I'm like, the smear campaign that the Republicans are pushing for Hong are actually all of the things that I want to say. I was like, well, and what's wrong with that? Right. They try to make it think everything is bad,
and she doesn't run from it. I think that's the best part.
But I had to write this down so that I could actually say it because I said if it's kind of deja vu as far as what's going on with Hong and with the Democratic Party flipping and whatnot. In 2016, a whole lot of people, we all believed in Bernie Sanders. You don't know if you remember Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
I believed in Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
He represented the energy of the youth and the Democratic base that was a little bit different, a little bit edgy. They also believed that the party establishment had already decided who the nominee was going to be. Whether you agree or with this assessment or not, millions of Democrats walked away feeling like the process favored a familiar over the insurgent. And that was Hillary at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, looking at Wisconsin, I can't help but wonder if Francesca is walking in that same situation right now, where they're trying to go to familiarity and kind of ice her out. I'm not saying that she's Bernie, but I'm saying the Democratic Party might be doing some things that might be assisting other candidates and icing her out and making her look like not the because she's a Democratic socialist.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a little radical. And I actually had this conversation with some Black people, and they were like, yeah, she's not an option for me. She's too radical. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. And these are people I really respect. They're like, too radical.
What does that mean?
Their explanation was, we're not ready for that yet.
The Mandani, they don't want any progress. That's all I heard.
That was an interesting take.
That's all I heard.
Yeah.
You don't want any progress, and possibly from a woman.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, radical was what we need. I don't understand what other thing you see what happens when you get radical. You look at what's her name in Texas? She ran for Senate. Black lady, Jasmine Crockett.
Oh yeah.
She's a radical talker. She's like a traditional Democrat, but she's a radical talker. They try to shut her out. Everybody tried to shut her out. We like to hear her, but then they didn't vote for her.
There's another one too, Summers. She speaks very well.
Right. There's another one also who's
bald.
She's bald.
Yeah.
I
can't think of her name. But
oh,
yeah,
she be snapping.
She does.
She gives zero fucks. We just need more people that give zero fucks. That's what I think.
So what would be like one of the things that Han is her name?
Hong. Yeah.
What is like one of her radical takes that people may disagree with?
Anything good for the people?
Anything good, anything.
Things that make sense, like school lunch.
Education.
They don't want the kids to get school lunch.
I got school lunch.
They don't believe that we should be wasting our tax dollars.
Money for childcare.
Childcare, yeah.
Anything that all the things that have been stripped, bringing it back and putting it back into the hands of the people. Where anything that is given from the government to outsiders who are not Democratic or Democrats think are social constructs that look socialist. Like you're not working for it, we're giving it to you.
I've been gone for a minute. So is she trying to rewrite what Scott Walker did way back when?
I'm sure that's what it's going to start. I'm sure that's what it's going to start. How long have you been gone?
I've been living in Arizona for 7 years.
Okay. Yeah, you left right when it fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if the political parties are they spend a lot of time protecting themselves. And Hong is one of those people who is like, I'm not protecting me, I'm trying to help the people. And I feel like the Democrats are protecting themselves and protecting the
corruption.
Yeah, well, not even their actions are protecting the corruption. Yes. I would hate to think that they are building that good old boy network to continuously protect it. I would hate to think that.
You should. Yeah, so I've seen some people. We've raised some hell. Dorian and I, in our time, we've raised some hell, and the people. It's a lot of favors around here.
I'm missing all the comments.
Yeah, there's a lot of favors.
So, because coming in, I was having a conversation on my way down here just on this topic, and one thing I say is, I just want the job to get done. Whoever it looks like, whatever it looks like.
Well, you can't say that. Don't say that.
Why not?
Because you need to know who's going to get the job done. You have to know.
Explain.
To me, it's not whoever, because what if it's Tom Tiffany? You're saying, okay, whatever. He said he's going to do it. You need to look back to see what he's talking about, who he is. We don't do that part. We miss that part to me.
Right.
It doesn't matter though. Like
it does.
When it comes to leadership, it's like whatever the job description is, get the job description done. Everything's not gonna.
That's the mindset of a Trumper, right? So they thought, yeah. Trump said, "I hate this. I don't like this. I don't want that." His conversation didn't align with his actions. Mm-hmm. No one questioned his actions. He was meeting with Heritage Program, the Project 2025. Mm-hmm. That was an issue. Mm-hmm. There's no way he should have been over there with those people. Mm-hmm. But he's telling you something. He's feeding your mind with what you want to hear. Mm-hmm. And yet he's physically doing some work with someone else that's going to work against all it's conflicting work.
Tis is true. And then
so you need to know.
So to your point on the home situation, the Mandela Burns situation, the David Crowley situation, these are institutions. She's anti-institution, it sounds like, to where she's not going to go with that. But 9 times out of 10, she probably don't even got the money to put up the fight that she's supposed to.
No, so people are backing her.
But what her money look like? Like, it costs money to win an election. It costs money to win a campaign. So what does her money look like?
The problem is the money is split between 19 candidates. Like, the Republicans pool all their money and put it behind Tiffany. Mm-hmm. Like he's got a majority of his funds from the Republican Party.
Like, I think Joe's brother is like a big construction worker. Like, he gives money there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They definitely do. They need to figure it out. They actually should have had a conversation. Like, what does this look like?
It's in disarray, and it looks disorganized, and it's an opportunity for Hong to actually pounce on that and take advantage of it.
I agree.
But because they're showing this allegiance, I just feel like they're gonna push her out, even though she's got the second most. She's actually the leading candidate right now, right? Yeah, she's the leading candidate right now.
Because I'm gonna keep it like being honest, like Mandela Barnes. His former boss is not endorsing him, so that says a lot. Like, that says a lot. Like,
crazy. Right, that's crazy.
That says a lot. So that right there should disqualify
that. That is crazy. That is bananas.
Automatic disqualification.
Right. Exactly. Hey, I want to say what up to Ship and Kiana Miles. She's my cousin, and who's not my cousin. Kristen Thompson, she's watching. I don't know who else is watching because haven't done this in a long time. I don't make sure I shout you guys out for watching. I appreciate it. My feeling of the leadership component is that Francesca actually is, to get to where she is, she's definitely a grassroots kind of person. She has gone into the neighborhood. She's gone into the places where people are and spoken to the people, and they are relating to her, which in leadership is paramount. Like, if you're not meeting with people and building relationships with people, not knowing who you are, you're fighting an uphill battle. So it's kind of like Francesca is doing the grassroots work, and the people in the Democratic Party is like, hey, vote for me because I'm me. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, so I'm like, yeah, you are you, but don't nobody else know you. Like, I thought that Crowley dropped out because his name recognition was only Milwaukee based. It seems like him going out and across the state, people were like, who is this dude? And I thought that Mandela had the upper hand because he ran for the Senate and he was lieutenant governor. He had name recognition, which is just like high school. Like, it's high school. It's basically a popularity contest. So, like, I know him. Like, I won class president at Shorewood High School in 1990. A black dude at Shorewood High School winning class president. You know how I did it? Everybody knew me. Everybody knew me. My policy was trash. I had no policy, but everybody knew me, and I won. It was more people who ran behind me who actually should have won, because they probably would have done a lot more, because I haven't had a class reunion in 10 years. I mean, I just haven't done it. I have been busy, but I know that if the other people had been elected, they probably did a better job, but I won because I was popular.
And that's my thing, like with Crowley, right? Just knowing some of the stuff that's been going on with cutting of the transportation budget, like cutting bus lines and stuff like that. You see that's one of the biggest problems. Like, living in Milwaukee my whole life, it ain't no jobs in Milwaukee. So if I can't get to work, how am I going to get to work? Then one of the biggest industries that most black people around here are eating in is the mental health area. And the cut money in the mental health aspect is like, we not putting back into the community. We actually taking from the community. And we really suffer from mental health issues around here.
Right. I mean, even if you look at Crowley and I guess like I said, the city streets are more the mayor, but don't the mayor and the county executive work together? Do they work together? Is that something that they do?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Not like that.
because
They probably cover different things together, but they don't work together when it comes to the paper,
right.
signing.
You would think though, like if I'm the county executive, I gotta be meeting and talking with the mayor about where the city budget is going and how it was, because like he had actually increased the budget and he did some good stuff. But then like right now, what they say this year, we operating at like a 26 or a $46 million deficit, or we in the back burner. So it's like the mayor or the budget coming from somewhere, so they gotta work together, right?
Yeah, you would think there would be some kind of collaboration, but I'm not familiar with the inner workings of all of the intricacies of that. But yeah, the whole idea behind the governor not backing Mandela is wild.
Y'all so devastated.
I mean, I just imagine like you.
I wonder what he said. Like, no, I can't do that, bro.
I would be hurt. Like I thought I did a good job for you. I ain't do nothing.
He did not believe in me.
Right. It's like, hey, you ain't even work with this nigga.
You don't even know this nigga.
You're like, yeah.
See, I know what kind of coffee you drink.
You know what I'm saying? I went to the store and got your Snickers.
Yeah, I know your family.
Yeah, dude, I was on a roll with you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Yeah, but I don't want to sound like the black man who's not backing the black man, like for real.
I mean, we backing a blacker man.
What you mean? What'd you say?
I said we're backing a blacker man.
I would like a person who is going to speak a language that's going to benefit us, and who is going to go out and fight for us. I want a fighter. I want somebody who's going to fight back and not just concede.
But it's a whole state. Like one of his running things is he's black from the 53206 area code. One of the Crowleys.
Yeah.
What does the 53206 area code mean to me in lacrosse? What does that mean to me in Oshkosh? What does that mean?
Well, I think he's saying that because this is a larger vote.
But it's still, I don't care if this is in your headline. What does this mean to me in Menasha or any of these things? Mm-hmm. Like it literally resonates to me no way, shape, or form in these other
That's true.
places.
Right. And there is no 53206 in Rhinelander.
It's not.
No. I mean, it's probably some bad spots, some meth spots. I don't know what the equivalent of a 53206 in Rhinelander or wherever, Menasha. But yeah, how is that going to relate?
Crystal thank you, Crystal. She put that David and Hong are going to have a Zoom tomorrow.
That's great. And another thing about Hong I like is that she's not scared.
Yeah.
She's not afraid. One time they were talking to the candidates on Channel 12, and Hong was one of the people that, I don't remember how many people, I think maybe 3 or 4 candidates were speaking. They were interviewing them. And they went to her and she was on her car phone. Like she was driving. And I related to that. She was like, hey, I'm out in the streets. Basically, I'm out in the streets. I'm coming from a rally and such. I was doing the campaign run. Like, she's super grassroots. But while she was driving, spitting game, like, it was off the dome. Like, she was actually spitting game about what she plans on doing and how she plans on approaching some of these things.
When you're passionate about it, though, you can execute better.
Yes, he's absolutely passionate.
So my question is, like, what are like the real expectations for somebody running for governor? Like, if we get a new governor elected, what is our real expectations on what we think that they can do and they should do?
Well, I'm assuming that the Senate is still Republican here in the state, so you would have to be able to stand up and not just fold to them when you're trying to pass something. I know that it's an uphill battle, but one thing that we can applaud Obama for when he was president was his ability to get bipartisan support. Mm-hmm. He was able to kind of, he didn't get everything, but he got some things where.
But what do we need here? Like, what do we need here? Like, realistically speaking, what would we be looking for the governor to do here to where it's like you didn't took place, like how we spoke on Madami, if I said it right. What will we look like? What we want to see 6 months later look like for us?
I don't know. Hey, people in the comments. What would you like your governor to do? What are you looking for the governor to do? Because we're talking all this stuff about everyone and saying, we don't think this person is able to do it. I just want somebody who can stand. I would like a governor like the California governor that they ain't no punk, or the governor who is in Pennsylvania who just like not going to be like, pushed around by the president. Stand up for something and not just cower under the spotlight. That's pretty general. That's a very general.
Yeah. So mine would be your initial one with the mental health, the youth for sure. For me, they don't have enough. They don't have enough on any level. Whether it comes to reg education, they don't have enough.
Right.
And we should focus on them. I think that they do a lot of things they do, and it caused that, all the safety issues because they don't have anything to do.
Ship says, I think the correlation between 53206 and the rural or smaller towns is the lack of resources and funding similar to 53206, which I can
he can say, hey, I'm from here. I can relate to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes
exactly.
sense.
Okay. Like, so for me, I would like to see industry, because kids is gonna be running wild and unsupervised and stuff like that if they parents is stressed out and drinking and smoking and getting high and partying because they don't make enough money at work. They don't know where their next meal is gonna come from. Like really creating jobs and creating opportunities, because that's where a lot of people's stresses and problems come from, because they be worried about how they're going to get paid, which leads to mental health aspects, which leads to them taking anger out on their children, which leads to children being unsupervised because some parents got to work 2 and 3 jobs just to provide.
Have y'all noticed all the people outside fighting as of late? There's a lot of fights everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
A whole lot of fights.
Yeah.
There's a lot, tons of fights everywhere. Everybody's just fighting, right? And we know it comes from poverty, right? Because when you don't have money, you start doing stuff. Everything bothers you. You're just triggered, right?
Yeah.
I think that I agree with you. A lot of parents are at work, so they can't parent. But a lot of them are having to work so hard because education isn't a priority either. You would be surprised how many people don't know how to read, don't comprehend well. It's a lot, but they don't talk about it because in Milwaukee, for instance, you can just look the part. You don't have to be the part.
And that's something like with me coming from living in a different city, I kind of identify that we operate with a small town mindset to where
tiny box,
very tiny box, to where certain things just aren't prioritized. Like education isn't cool, college isn't cool, going to get a job isn't cool. Like that is something that people will frown on you and talk bad about you for going to get a job. And it's like, sometimes the wrong people have the influence that actually steers these narratives.
So that's something big for me. So even through I'm bringing MK Foodie Fest, for instance, I've included our special needs initiatives because with me going to volunteer at a lot of the events, I can identify every other person has a special need, whether they're diagnosed or not.
Yeah.
I'm talking to them. We're trying to relay the fact that, I'm sorry, all the free bikes are gone. They're not grasping that. They just heard you say you had something for me and I need it.
It's not there.
Right? It's not there. And it broke my heart to watch them like that, right? But the people, they did what they could. Could there have been better organization skills in places? Absolutely. But we do a lot of things for the look. We want the line to be long and all these things. We could have really had people register, whether that were in person or online, and found out who needed what bike, got them those bikes, and executed that process that way. So we didn't make a fool of people, right? Because now we got long lines at 9 a.m. and this doesn't start till 1. They're doing what they're programmed to do. Get something free. A lot of them don't even need that stuff. There's tons of bikes at the crib.
Yeah.
Taking advantage.
If you go to a lot of, like, for example, coming soon are a dozen or more backpack giveaways.
You don't need that backpack. Where's your one from last year?
Pencils are a dime a dozen. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you don't give me a
No, but we legalizing the weed and I need to get my ounce and fuck that backpack.
Right.
Okay. I would love, my baby, she's 4 years old. She about to start school. Do you know how excited she was to call me today to show me her backpack? Do you know how happy and how this is her first school experience and how excited she was? Daddy, I got my backpack. She's super excited because if you go back to when you was a kid, just the idea of going to school initially triggered good thoughts.
My backpack was trash in elementary school.
You want to know why though?
Tell me about it.
because she gets to eat. She gets to sleep in a bed. I don't care about a backpack because half of the time I don't know if I'm going to eat. I'm fatigued. I don't even have enough energy as a child to worry about a backpack. I actually don't even know what clothes I'm gonna put on tomorrow. And my brain is,
Well, if you rewind back to what you were saying, you said mental health, you said education, you said jobs.
Yeah.
Very simple. What about minimum wage being raised? Like something of that caliber, which attributes to jobs. It might be jobs, but if I got work a job and I'm only making $7 an hour, I mean, obviously I'm not going to make my ends meet, and the rent is still sky high.
That's another thing. So not to bring up Kamala, but those were important pieces. People weren't reading.
They were ignoring.
They just want. She was stopping people from raising rent and pouring into mental health for Black men as well. She had a whole execution plan. She was pouring into the youth. But all people saw was that angry Black mother in her, right?
Right.
That was it. If we keep it all the way above, she hadn't done anything. And Trump was able to turn that around on Black people because he knows most Black people, most Black men too, are angry at their mother.
Well, we think about also the approach of the Democratic Party during that stretch.
Yeah.
The whole entire argument was, he gonna do this, not what we gonna do.
He did it though.
I know, but I'm saying, but the whole idea was like they didn't have a platform. No, their platform was to talk about how all the shit he gonna do is gonna be wrong, but didn't give anything of what they were gonna do. They spent more time blaming and because if you look at all the replays, everything's like, I told you. Yeah, they did tell us, but you didn't tell us what you were gonna do.
No, I feel like she told us. I feel like she told us.
It was very quiet because
I think that she just wasn't as outrageous as him. And I think sometimes you have to meet people where you at with it.
Which is why Hong is important.
Yeah, we do this a lot, right? Black people, don't say nothing. They gonna say you unprofessional. Don't do nothing. Don't respond to that. Don't do that. Sometimes you gotta get ahead of shit and you gotta do it respectfully, right? We kept playing with the Democrats, the Kamala. I'm gonna take the high road. That high road shit was over. That wasn't the same place.
And you see what happened when Mandami met with Trump.
Absolutely. People could respect it.
Trump cowered. He cowered to Mandami.
He did.
And made it think, we're good. Like, nah, because you got in front of somebody who was a real G.
Gavin too.
Yep.
Gavin too. Gavin doesn't play that with him.
You're right. You just got to stand up to the bully.
And that's like, I always say it start with community. So it start with your own people. And it's like, if you got the backing and the support of your people, then you will be willing to take on any fight.
But we will. So I'll use this for example. We had a special needs event on Saturday. Sometimes I am strategic. People know that. We had some big players on this roster. So we had children's parent to parent. That's one of their groups. We had Boys and Girls Club. We had Milwaukee County. We had St. Francis and maybe another one. And then there were our local, more small, right, foundations. So we were supposed to have a walk. We couldn't because of the air quality. However, we did not communicate that to the bigger one. That allowed us to see who was being an active participant in this, right? The bigger ones, they didn't even share the flyer. I went around, I had to ask. They hadn't even shared the flyer. We were doing all the footwork. But guess what? They were going to come in and dominate and take those people as clients. And then now the smaller people that did the work couldn't offer the same amount of resources, but they were going to take, right? Too often we put ourselves in positions where we put ourselves in a position where, I want the popular people, I want the big names, I want this. Those people ain't doing nothing for you. They taking from you. When we really should be organizing, getting together and going into their spaces, getting their resources and their money and coming back and feeding each other. So once we learn that, we'll be stronger. But doing the whole, they mess with me, them messing with you ain't gonna help the community.
So I apologize for the little blurb of volume. I was trying to read the comments, but I can read from my phone. But Crystal says improve DPI, improve education, holding slumlords accountable, making sure large corporations are pouring back into their communities, holding absent and irresponsible parents accountable for their kids' behavior. And you can increase the minimum wage, but you must also increase the skill sets and the education. So,
but I think we too far gone now. We're very far gone with that. Because how do you now go back and tell people that have been operating like a slave? how to run their households now. It's not even cool to have family dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cool to sit and play games with your family, right? It's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we only say that here, like
I know.
we seem so isolated to Milwaukee. Like it seems like we operate inside of a bubble that
It's slave talk. It's slave talk. It's slave movement. It's a bunch of slaves, and they have no idea. They'll go against each other in a heartbeat. You see how quick people are to jump on something negative? I love it. Love it.
Love it.
You think about all the people here. All the people here getting money. Ask them, who do they pour into in their community?
See,
what do you do for your community? That's the big dog to me.
Now you gonna give me? I have an unpopular opinion on this.
Go ahead.
Like everybody say, support black business. Support black business.
I ain't saying that.
Okay, and I'm saying like this is one of my reasons why I don't. Hey, especially here in Milwaukee, because when I ride past and you ain't cleaned up in the front of it, when your building look like this, when I look at your community and be like, we giving y'all all this money and I can see it is not coming back outside your bank account to come over here and help us. Why am I gonna support y'all? Like dead ass, like the streets is dirty, trees need to be cut to make this stuff look beautified. Like y'all not doing nothing but taking this money, putting it in your bank account and going on about y'all business. Y'all gonna get designer down on us. Y'all gonna call us broken, cheap, and all this other stuff. Hey, so why do I want to support y'all when I can't even come in the neighborhood that your business in and it looks like something?
Speaking of which, controversial take. Events being held in Milwaukee by certain individuals of parties of color, white parties, black parties, brown parties, chocolate parties, polka dot parties, whatever the fuck the parties are. It's great that we are being charged to be together, which I have my opinion of that because Milwaukee's black population is so concentrated. At every single one of those parties, I'm seeing the same motherfuckers. Like I'm paying $50 to see this nigga I see out at Sherman Phoenix for free. Some of the organizers are out saying, "Hey, I'm backing candidates who put it back in the community." Can we see receipts of what you're putting back in the community, please? Can we see what you are doing when you are charging $50 for an event that ain't got no food and no drinks or no seats? Like, why am I'm paying to, one, I'm buying an outfit, two, I'm buying a ticket, three, I'm paying for parking. Basically, what I paid for is for you to throw the event, and I didn't get anything but to stand around and they take selfies and pictures and posts and whatnot. But there's no reciprocation that I see. So calling out the transparency is what I'm trying to say. Like, if that's what you're throwing, what are you giving back to the people who are supporting you in your area? So very similar to what you're saying. Dude, like, say you go, give back to an organization, a nonprofit. It's 6,000 nonprofits in Milwaukee. Milwaukee got the most nonprofits per capita in the damn country.
We do. And I've heard some of the grant people say, like, they're stopping giving independent grants. They want you to collab for a lot of this stuff. And that makes sense.
I just had to go through that. Like, I had to get a fiscal sponsoring because they want to see you working with a big organization. But also, they want to see, prior to even talking to you, did you put some skin in the game? Yeah. Like, what have you been doing? Right. What has your data shown to support us even giving you some money? So you got to put some skin in the game to get the data.
Right. I just want to. I want to see more. I want to see more from our community, and that's just from the local level. So if we're going to hold politicians accountable, what are we doing in our area to actually show accountability? Because if I'm looking for a candidate to actually make more money accessible to my community, do something to help the community. At least do something on your block.
This go to my question. Like, okay, my neighborhood. I sat back and me and my cousin, we've been having this conversation. My first question is, how much money will it really take if the people in the neighborhood said, you know what, I want to pay somebody to come clean up my neighborhood? Or we got these vacant houses or these houses that don't nobody live in. How much would it take for somebody to actually come cut this shrubbery so that it looks okay? Like, it reminds me of...
It don't cost shit.
But it does. You need garbage cans. You got to put it in there.
Everybody in the block got a garbage can.
No, you can put, and you can also put in an order for that. You can put in an order for those.
But I'm saying, to be in a community and see that your community is in disarray and you point fingers about somebody need to help me in my community, nigga, you in the community, help. Yeah, I got a lawnmower. She got a hedge cutter. She got garbage. We got the city give you all garbage cans you pay for with your taxes. Just use that shit.
Or call them and tell them you need nothing.
The best communities are the communities that we hate to see on social media. The Karens of the world. We hate to see a Karen. But guess what Karen doing? making sure her community is together. Now it gets extreme,
Mhm.
but we ain't got. Is there a black community that has a contingency of black people in their community saying, let's keep our block clean, let's keep our block quiet, let's make sure.
No, because everybody's worried about.
But that's a higher income area.
It's
high,
surrounded the ghetto right here, the ghetto over
but
here.
that 3 block radius, those houses
Yeah.
are $400,000 houses.
Yeah.
But how do they keep that outside? Like
That's self pride. That's their self pride. When I lived in a neighborhood like that, if I saw you outside cutting your grass, guess what I'm doing? Oh shit, he ain't gonna outshine me. I'm cutting my grass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm watering my shit.
We
water his
definitely
grass
got
at 7 o'clock. I'm watering my grass because his grass can be yellow. I mean,
that's part of culture though. Because if you got better Christmas, like guess what? Next year I'm trying to outdo you.
I mean, I guess you're saying that keeps the neighborhood up because we now competing, but it's a friendly competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also need to we call on my block when people got their trash outside too long, all that. Like
right. Well, we need
the grass too high.
We need more people like that.
Hey, not to be a snitch, but
we need more people like that.
But I actually asked the person too, like, hey, what's going on? What you doing?
Hey, you all right? You need some help?
Sometimes I be lying, like they was over here. I think they will give you a ticket. You should probably get
my lady friend has a man on her block, Mr. Brown. He's got one of those Polaris tractors.
Yeah,
he pulls out and he plows the whole block of sidewalks. That's what he does to make hey, to return that love. I want to do something like that too. Like, hey, if you need some grass cut, I want to go out there and cut your grass, or go down there and pick up some trash or something, because he has the community idea of I'm going to help my neighbor, which is neighborhood. We lost the neighborhood in the black community for real.
Yeah, I'm with Crystal. She said I'm for profit and I've poured more into the community than many nonprofits, which is true. I feel like that about myself as well. Like,
yes.
Actually doing the work, and then those people having the ability to gatekeep the grants because they get called first, right? Because they know the who's, but they're not giving back.
Well, we've come approaching the hour, and I didn't want to go longer than an hour. We got a lot to talk about because we didn't get much, but I wanted to have the honest conversation. I appreciate you coming on and actually sharing that. This is my first time meeting this gentleman.
I enjoy myself.
And when you go back? When you go back?
Well, I'm here until the end of August.
Oh, maybe you'll come back next week.
All right. So I just want to make sure I thank you guys for coming to Straight No Chaser. I hope my language, I should have said I cuss, but whatever. Just so I'm not really carrying a pail for Democrats or Republicans. I just want ideas and discussions and talk. And that we can talk about these things and actually be honest about what we're talking about and just being transparent. Milwaukee does deserve the honest conversations, and then come up with some potential solutions and put some pressure on these politicians and these community people who claim that they're for the people. What are you doing, basically? What are you doing? So, with that being said, thank you for joining. Thank Tay for being my producer.
Absolutely.
She's my first producer ever. I never had a producer before. Thank you for joining me. I'm Cam Beats, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, thanks, y'all.